Rock and roll may live forever, but we only retire once. Kevin Lamour of Our Financial Plans and Quadris Investment Services offers a large range of financial solutions from some of the biggest leaders in the investment and insurance landscape of Canada. See how a solid financial plan built with friendly and professional advice can help. Find out more at ourfinancialplans.ca or give them a call at 705-949-1316. Folks, and welcome to another episode of the Lonesome Cowboy Podcast. I am your host, Brian Tremblay, and today, coming all the way from, I believe, the nation's capital, is someone I met at the Folk Canada Conference, and hell of a singer-songwriter, Mr. James Leclaire. How you doing, sir?
Brian?
Excellent.
I'm good.
Excellent. Hell of a song you got out there, sir.
Uh,
The Knot.
the Knot, yeah, that just came out a week ago Tuesday. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So tell us about that song, because after reading your bio and stuff,
Yeah.
I want to hear how you come about with stuff, because
Oh,
tell us
yeah.
about it.
Well, in that song is interesting. In 2019, I was there's some marital problems, and it was all pinpointed that I was the problem. And so then I wrote this song as kind of like, I'll do anything, like to keep things tight. And then I realized, oh, it wasn't me. And so that song is that's how it came to be.
Yes.
But it's adopted new feelings for me as I've moved on, because that song I wrote in 2019. I only released it now. Uh,
Wow.
well, yeah, I only released it now because we'll get to my release strategy in a little bit. Yeah, that song now though, I'm happy to sing it to anybody that's just saying like, hey, make sure that your relationships are tight, and use
Yeah.
symbolically using a knot. But yeah, that came out of a certain place, but it ended up somewhere else.
I noticed that you're giving it away for free
Yeah,
on
so
your website. Yeah.
it's free on the website. Back in the day when streaming was first starting, it was 99 cents a song, and people would purchase it. And now with very few people doing that, they usually buy $15 a month and can have every song ever created.
Yeah, right, sure.
So buying a single digitally, to me, is I don't see where the money can be made, because people no, everyone has a streaming platform, right? And you can stream it on for free anyway on iCloud, SoundCloud or Bandcamp or
Yeah.
wherever, or on Spotify, and you don't even pay. So paying
Yeah.
on my site, no. But if you buy a hard copy, yes, like I have CDs and LPs and
Yeah, sure. That makes sense. That's a cool release strategy, I guess, in a way, especially with a song that you maybe really, really, really want people to hear.
yeah, I putting it for free is the chance that people will share it and then come to a show and actually, where you can make money through a ticket sale or a merch sale. But
Yeah.
now people can pay, of course, it says free, but you can always donate. But
Yeah,
most people
exactly.
like the free option.
That's
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. I was heartbroken to reading your bio about your acceptance into the animation program.
Oh, yeah.
That must have been Algonquin, right?
That was Algonquin College here.
Yeah. And uh and then after you graduate, you called yourself unhireable.
I I was unhireable.
That was
Yeah.
tore me up inside. Tell me about that, please, because I want to know why
Oh,
you were
sure.
unhireable.
Well, just to go back, yes, I was. I've always been a songwriter since 16, but a
Okay.
storyteller too. And I got introduced into animation when I was coming out of high school, going, "What the hell do I do with my life?" And luckily, a guidance counselor, who was really cool, said, "Well, you like to draw. Why don't you try doing this?" So I got in, but I had never, aimed to do that. I just like to doodle. So going into the program, I was quite a bit behind all the other animators, like at their skill level, because they had
Yeah.
been trying to chase this dream. So when I graduated, I graduated, but not at a high level. And even my teacher took me aside and said, "You're never going to get a job, like even though you graduated." Yeah, but he was a friend of mine. He was being honest. He was being open, and I needed to hear that. I didn't need to be fluffed up and told I was going to be something I wasn't, right? So Yeah, leaving there, I was unhireable, and it took me a year and a half of working on the side of my portfolio to try and get to a point where I could finally just get a foot in the door, and that's what eventually happened.
Nice.
Oh yeah, which then gave me the opportunity. Once your foot's in the door somewhere, you have the chance to prove yourself,
Yeah.
and,
And you
and
were a storyboard artist, eh?
yeah, I was originally a layout artist, so I drew the backgrounds for animated series, right? And
Nice.
I did animation like on paper back then, like because I'm 49, and I would flip
Going,
paper.
flipping back and forth, going, oh yeah,
That's
okay, that
right.
works.
Flipping the animation back and forth. And then I got into posing characters, character design, and then eventually found storyboarding, which was like, wow, I can actually be a cinematographer here and like read a script and then visualize how it all plays out. And
Nice.
that's like writing a song, right? Like
Yeah.
getting to actually, lay down the thoughts yourself. So
Hmm.
that that was my passion, and I did that for probably a decade as a storyboard artist until eventually branching out with a friend and opening up our own company. So,
Hmm. Would we have seen your animation anywhere, James? I'm a big
oh,
animation guy.
oh, yeah, you would have.
Oh, really? Okay, let's
Oh,
hear.
well, as an individual, yeah, like, if any listeners out there are younger, like I worked on Franklin the Turtle and, back in the day, and Mole Sisters. There was a show, trying to think of the more popular ones. I did one with Will Ferrell on it.
Oh, wow.
The oblongs, yeah, I posed on the oblongs. But then as our into my company, we started doing things for Netflix and Warner Brothers, like Warner Brothers Superhero Girls, Netflix. We did Final Space and Inside Job. These are all ones that are, f up to 5 years ago.
Wow.
Bubble Guppies, Thomas the Tank Engine. I worked on all.
Nice.
Yeah.
So that's what you ended up founding was an animation company, or well, you called it an entertainment, jam-filled entertainment,
Yes, it
and
was an animation
you were a
studio.
co-founder with that. So
Co-founder and a partner and I, we just felt we could do it better than other companies. We worked for companies where we felt we were never treated properly. The 90s and 2000s were rough for animation studios. They were not great places to be.
wow.
We always just thought we'd like to make a place where we would want to work. Like if you could pick somewhere, you're like, I want to go there.
Yeah.
So that's what we did, and 18 years. It's the studio's been around, so it's flourishing still, and it's
Uh,
a place people want to be. It's
excellent.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
created two series ourselves, my partner and I, that made it to air. So uh,
Which were?
one was called Crash Canyon, which was an adult series for
I
YT.
saw that one.
So we created it, but we didn't work on it. We sold the idea to help get our company off the ground. So I have nothing to do with other than the concept because it's
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
god awful what they made of it. The other one was called the Nunchucks for YTV, and it's these two kung fu fighting nunchucks.
Yeah,
And
Crash Canyon. I said, where's this gonna go?
Oh, nowhere. It was a great concept about a guy who goes off a cliff, like
Yeah.
the Grand Canyon. He lands where all these other people have taken that same corner over the years, and there's a society down there. No one
Yeah,
knows they're there.
yeah, I
But
know.
that was the good part. Everything after that, but anyway, we won't get
Yeah.
into
We
that.
won't get it. So here I'm going to tie it in now.
Sure.
Storyteller that you are. Did the when you were doing your animation and songwriting, did they two ever cross-pollinate?
No, I didn't ever put music of I did some like demo pitches of shows that we were creating, and I put some music to that, but I didn't get into like sync licensing for, animated shows that I was working a part of. But the timing of animation is just like the timing of music, right? And so like
Yes.
getting scripts, and there's timing to jokes and timing to, drama, acting and everything. You then apply that in a much tighter sense because your songs are only, 2 to 5 minutes long, not 11 minutes to an hour or whatever
Hmm.
an animated segment might be. That timing really helped me, like, and when writing pitch documents for animation, and you got to keep getting there, like, make it shorter, make it shorter, make it tighter, make it more concise so that it's not this huge, same with the song. You're going like, how can I simplify
Yeah.
this line? How can this line be more powerful with less words? And
Yeah.
so
And
that,
I guess my question wasn't clear,
oh,
proper, I
sorry.
should say. No, no, that's okay. It wasn't clear, but I cross-pollinate is physically, yes, but I guess subconsciously, like the storytelling, you know what I mean? Is it the same idea?
Well, I would have to say that in animation, I was always working from either preschool to,
Yeah, there's that.
Or it's at six to 12-year-old comedy, and then a bit into adult, but it was always comedy. And my
Sure,
music is
sure.
not comedic, so I definitely didn't have like a. There's a few songs that, out of frustration, I wrote, and then the anger that I had in animation came into the songs. So yeah, maybe
Yeah.
that's the pollination you
That's
mentioned.
cool. That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um, you went into the studio
yeah,
with Philip Victor Bova.
yes, awesome.
That man has a few credits to his name.
Sure does.
Um, uh, Tell me how that came about. How'd you two connect?
So I stopped doing music. Sorry, I wrote music, but I stopped recording it and performing it in 2015 after my 2015 album, These Weights.
Right.
And I the company was growing, but it was more relationship stuff that I was like, you know what, I'm going to stop playing music. So I stopped, but I kept accumulating writing. And at some point, I'm like, I gotta lay this stuff down,
Hmm.
not to perform again, but just to have it. And I went in, I looked at studios in Ottawa and I ended up on Phil Bova. And it was nice. The cool thing with Phil is that he's a super, super wonderful human being, like gentle, calm, talented, great ear. And I went in and he was just gonna, be the engineer and record it, and out I go. But after like four songs, he stopped me and he goes, I want to talk to you. And I'm like, what's up? And he goes, I haven't heard stuff like this come through here in a long time. And he goes, this is something special. And he goes, I want to be a deeper part of this. He goes, I want to produce your music, not just engineer it and send you out. And I said, okay, that'd be amazing. I was honored, and through that, he ended up bringing, Mickey Raphael from Willie Nelson's band, who plays with Chris Stapleton. And maybe you're going to get into that, but Kevin
Uh-huh.
Bright from Nora Jones's band,
Yeah.
Off from the Doobie Brothers, just connections he had. And they came and, contributed to certain songs on the song. John Fraser Finley from Toronto was a Juno nominee pianist and guitar player.
Yeah,
And
right.
that lifted, he said the song's nothing without the song. He goes, he's adding to it, but like so we developed a great relationship, and I recorded there for 3 years straight.
Wow.
Yeah, 2020 to 2023.
Wow.
Yeah.
Um, so I suppose you were never in the studio the same time like Mickey Raphael was in the studio.
No, unfortunately, because it was COVID, it was
Yeah.
all having to be done, like back, which, he's not going to fly to Ottawa to play harmonica for an hour,
Yeah, you don't need to do that anymore, right? Yeah.
No, no. So he did it there, but it was nice just to even be able to communicate, like talking and email back and forth a bit and that kind of thing. So
Yeah, good on you, man.
yeah, so that was a really cool experience, and all because Phil's connections over the years. So,
Yeah, exactly. Now, sorry, where was that in the discography? Was that the first one to kick you back
uh,
off again?
so
Or the second one, I should say.
come on in, and now self deconstruct. Come on in came out in 2024. Self deconstruction came out this July. I recorded 38 songs with Bova, so
Oh,
now
wow.
that's only 21 songs. So I still have like four more just came out towards my 2026 album,
Yeah.
and I'll continue into 2027 with the next album. So Mickey Raphael recorded on the last song of Come On In, which is called Wild How the Years Fly By. And if you listen to it,
Uh,
it's just
I'm
gorgeous.
going to.
Yeah, just
I'm going
gorgeous.
to have to, I didn't have time to look deeper, but it was like, whoa.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
okay. That's okay.
That's I'm going to now. I mean, 38 songs. I mean, hey, if you're going to blow the budget, right?
Yeah, and I definitely blew the budget. So um,
That's what you did with your retirement money,
yeah, well, I wasn't retired then. I
eh?
only retired 5 weeks ago. So
Yeah.
from animation. But yeah, I went in and I thought, you know what, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it right this time and do it like something that can be played anywhere, right? Like on the radio, on
Yeah. Yeah.
licensing. It has to be at the level other people is. Now, you can you have to be a fan of what I do, otherwise you'll think it's not at the level either. It's art, right? So it's subjective.
Well,
But
you must have more fans on what you do than I do because, man, dude, you just you're getting super good notices, and I'm just so happy for you.
oh, thanks. It's like anything. It's the 10,000 hour rule. Sure, I did 10,000 hours of playing guitar, but now it's 10,000 hours of trying to do business. Like to understand how you
Yeah, yeah,
promote yourself and how you get
yeah,
yourself heard, right?
yeah, yeah,
And that's hard. And you see people who blow up, and you're like, that's popular, like, and then
yeah,
you know someone else who's like super, super, their stuff sounds great, but maybe the other person just had the business wits, like to get heard, get noticed, and we'll see.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
trying.
No, that's incredible. Like I said, if you have the means, man, that's the way you got to do it, you know?
Yeah,
And
this the classic thing, and I learned it through animation, is you got to spend money to make money, right?
yes,
And
exactly.
so people often, when you're working, you work a job you don't like to pay for the passion you do, right? And so us as musicians and people listening to this who are or aren't, it's you work to have the stuff you want, and that it becomes, if it's music and even if you're losing money at music, you're working for it at the other job to get those dreams come true.
Yeah, exactly. And
Mm.
that's why we play the restaurant gigs.
Yeah, that no one's listening at,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Just go in the corner and be quiet.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's about
Those
it.
are painful.
So, touring, you got, some great material here. What's the plans?
Well, because I was so busy with the company, and the company got quite large, touring was never really an option because I was so occupied, right? And then also, when my kids were younger, I couldn't either, so I was always local. I started to expand, like I've toured out to the East Coast 3 times. I
Oh,
went
nice.
down into Southern Ontario touring as well, for 2 weeks at a time and stuff. But 2026 is where I'm going to now aim, because I'm actually retired to go. I want to tour more, but I've also got other irons in the fire with my music, with sync licensing, and with
Mm,
live action television series that I'm pitching. So uh,
nice.
yeah, based on music. And so those things may interfere with the live performances, but it's whatever goes, whatever can pay me to do what I like to do.
I hear you. I hear you, brother. Hey,
Yeah.
if you ever come up this way or want to come up this way, let me know. I'll.
Are you in Thunder Bay? Is that where you are?
No, I'm in Sault Ste. Marie, but we're on the
Sault Ste.
way.
Marie. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it
That
depends
has
if you
been
go
on the
by.
map.
Yeah, either you go by Highway 11 and bypass me completely and drop into Thunder Bay, or you go 17 and then hit all the stops along the way.
Yeah,
And
that will be a plan. So I'm gonna look you up, because or hook
yeah,
up, because I've made a whole Ontario tour, like all the venues. Like every time I see, like if you play and I see, you've posted on Instagram, played here and here and here, I immediately go, okay, he's played there, and I'll take those and make an Excel doc of it. So that,
and if it's anything I've played, let me know and I'll tell you what happened.
yeah, no, and that is true, because you may go, I'll never play there again. This or that,
Yeah, because you got to be nice, you know what I mean? So then we can
Of
give you the
course.
real report card later.
Yeah, yeah. Secret.
So I ask all my guests this because we are about DIY musicians, and that's what I'm here for. We have challenges like crazy in the 21st century music business.
Yeah.
What's your biggest challenge that you have come up against so far? Then in that is like, and maybe I guess the better question is, and it shouldn't be a challenge.
Well, the challenge is the flooding and saturation of music, right?
Yeah.
So it's putting your stuff out there on so I just released, like I said, two Tuesdays ago, right?
Yeah.
So half ago. And I do all the pre-stuff. I shot a video, which just came out today, by the way. So
Yes, I saw that. Yeah. Good
for the
stuff.
not, but I plugged it for the last week.
Hmm.
But putting it out there into this abyss of, like, oh, there's 100,000 songs came out on the same day, right?
Yeah, I know.
The trying to be heard amongst all of that noise, and I mean, I don't mean noise like it's not good stuff out there. It's just like a radio station and trying to get
That
that
was very good, by the
channel.
way. Wow.
Yeah, yeah. Trying to get your lined up on that dial that someone stops and hears it and it's clear, That is the hard part. And I feel I do good
Yes.
reels and stuff on my good, because of my animation background in cinematography and timing. I feel like I do nice stuff, but algorithm controls everything, right? Like, I friends don't know that if they hit like it helps, right? Like when
Yes.
you post something and I put a heart on that, it tells the algorithm, oh, wait a minute, someone likes this. Oh, you know what? Someone else might like this that likes James's stuff, like
Hmm. Hmm.
I have friends that just fly by and like, oh, I see your stuff all the time. I'm like, I didn't know you saw it because you never liked it, right?
Yeah, exactly. I've heard the same thing. I was
Yeah.
like,
So
I,
that's
I
the
ran into
support.
somebody at Folk Canada. Oh, I saw you were on tour. How did that go? I didn't know you were watching.
Yeah.
Hit
And
the damn like
it's
button.
it's so easy to support, because you can't, like you were asking about giving away music. No one's buying music. It's free to hit type or sorry, to hit like, just tap it.
Correct. Yes.
And the next big thing is to share it. If someone, like if I got a show and someone shares it, like even if they can't go, but they're like, ah, I know him, he's cool. And you share it and it goes to their followers, it's that effect. But getting people to do that is tough. And
Yeah.
therefore come out to shows. Like I have a show
Yeah.
tonight at
Cool.
Art House Cafe in Ottawa here.
Yeah.
And I hope it's, tickets are selling, but like I hope it's a sellout by the end of the night. But you never know. You never know until you get there.
Yeah, that's the cool part about where you guys live in the Ottawa area and stuff like that. You do have a lot of an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours even away. You still have lots of places to go. And then when you live in Northern Ontario, your next closest gig is maybe well, I think a proper gig, Sudbury.
Yeah. Yeah.
3 hours.
3 hours. Yeah.
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 So
That's tough. Yeah. Ottawa with, Kingston, Montreal, like the outer perimeter too
yeah,
of
yeah,
so many venues not far by.
yeah, exactly. This topic comes up all the time, and it has to do with the less than stellar turnouts at venues.
Yeah.
And my big question is, what the hell's going on? And I mean, we all thought it was COVID, and then now COVID's done, and then where in the hell is everybody? And then now it's, I'm trying to find out, is the public distracted by what's going on in the world? Or they, I don't know. I'm mystified. Have you thought
I,
about it?
yeah. My theory is that um, people are just comfortable not leaving their homes now. They don't even leave their homes for work, right? Like so many people work from home now, right?
Yeah, I know.
So, and then they're just like with social media being on your phone for hours a day, you know what I mean? I'm on my phone a lot, but I'm doing business on it. Like I am researching, I am booking stuff, I'm, like filming. Like I use my phone as a tool, not as a device, like
Hmm.
as a device for entertainment.
Yeah,
But so many people are locked into series. Like when I talk to friends and they say, have you seen this TV series? Have you seen this? Have you seen this? And it's 9 seasons long and they've watched everything. I'm like, have you come to one of my shows? I mean, like, and they're comfortable at home. And I think that is a big thing. And the big acts that go through, like, oh, you know, uh,
yeah,
Bruce Springsteen went through, well, I won't see Bruce Springsteen for 4 years. If I don't go now, they'll go. But when you're like, oh, the local guy who plays, or will play, he'll play in another month. I'll catch him next time. Like I think that
yeah.
oh,
That's yeah.
it's supply and demand, Brian. If
I
we're
guess
not
so.
in demand, there's no supply. And so it
Yeah.
comes down to it is like you have to get to the point where not your friends, where strangers are saying, have you heard that person? I want to go. Because if it's a friend, they'll go, "Oh, I'll see him another time."
Well, and I mean, I remember I asked Stephen Fearing a question about just a private one, just between the two of us,
Yeah.
and I said, what the hell's going on? Like, I mean, how do you get people, to come to these shows, and how do you get booked? Like, what's the trick? And he goes, when you can go to a gig and you know that you'll get 250 people to show up,
Yeah.
then you'll see your booking start.
Yeah, but you know what? That's true in regions. Because after
Yeah.
Canada, I talked to some agents, right? And then I'm like, when do you bring on a booking agent? Like when's the right time? And they're like, well, when you can sell out 100 to 150 venue in a
Oh, there you
region.
go.
But so no, it's different than in the old days where people of the old days, like it was back when they developed artists, right? And now we have to develop ourselves. There's no developing artists anymore. Like when Springsteen got a 3 record deal, no one heard of him. His 2 records flopped. Like
Yeah.
they flocked commercially, not critically. They were critically acclaimed, right? It wasn't until the third album that he got no, some recognition for it, and
Yeah.
that's when he blew up. But they developed. If the third album didn't go, they'd say, you know what, we invested in you for three albums.
hmm
I'd move on to someone else, and it's understandable. These days, it's all up to us to do what a record label is what used to do, right? And
Yeah.
they only want you once you've proven yourself, and then really, do you need them anymore?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
that's the catch 22. I remember I was at those the one session in the Folk Canada conference there where we're in the big ballroom and we had the different tables and you
Yes,
could
yeah.
get up and go. There was a fella there. He all I know his first name was Tim and he was an agent or management and booking or something like that. And I introduced myself and I said, "Hey Tim, here's why you don't want to book me. I only have 1,500 followers across all social media platforms. In 4 years, I have only made $15 in streaming money.
Yeah,
I can't sell. My best sellout was 50 seats."
yeah.
And I said, and yeah, and then I finished it off and I slammed the table and I said, "So why in the hell would you book me?" And he just busted out laughing. He
I
goes,
was at the table
"You were there. That's right. You were." And he goes, "Best pitch ever." But that's
yeah.
what it really boils down to. Um, I interviewed Josh Ritchie yesterday,
Oh, cool. Yeah, I just played with him on the weekend.
and Josh said it
Super.
really well. He says that he's been fortunate to find venues that will actually work with you.
Yeah,
They'll say, "Oh, yeah, it wasn't a great night, but I understand that. But that doesn't mean anything. Let's do it again, but let's try something different." You know what I
yeah,
mean? Oh, and it's like, oh, that you actually have venues. He goes, "Yeah, that's the ones I really cater towards." And I think venues have to start thinking that it's not just our problem.
yeah. And so there's time like I said, I do really nice promotion, I feel. And
Yeah.
I will tag it, and sometimes the venues won't even share it. And
Yes.
I'm doing free advertising for you. Like it's featuring their venue, right?
hmm
I'll even go to their venue before the show and film there and I don't get a share or a like. And I'm like, I said, I can't. And then they wonder why, oh, no one showed up. I'm like, you've got 15,000 followers, you know,
Yeah.
if you share this,
Yeah.
it will help.
Yeah. I mean,
So,
I did two gigs in Sudbury. One didn't do any promotion, and
yeah,
I sent them all the stuff. Here's the thing to print posters. Here's the thing for social media. And one place did nothing. The other place ran the post once. I don't know, a week or more before I got
yeah.
there. And the other place ran it once also. That was in Levine. Sorry. There was three one. And then it was like, okay, well, what else do I got to do?
I played one place they never printed the poster at all, and then when they got there, like, oh, sorry, we never really mentioned it. I'm like, you sell. It's a coffee house. I'm like, you sell 1,000 coffees a day. Why
hmm
is it not right at the counter? Why are you not telling people, right? And the other one I played one time, they put a poster way up. I'm talking in the top left corner of like a 10-foot ceiling. And I can't read it. It just looks like it's a collector thing. Like, oh, but
Yeah.
nobody came. And you're like, and so in that frustration, you just go, okay, that I will avoid that place next time. I'm
Yeah.
not going to waste my time. I'll play somewhere else. And there are great venues out there that do support
Yes.
and they have their own templating for posters or they'll make it themselves,
Yeah,
like
I know.
stuff that really helps and they're the
hmm
ones that are succeeding with that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. James, I'm a cheap bugger, so that's why I have the free version of Zoom. I don't want to pay almost $250 for the damn thing. So
absolutely.
my meetings are cut to 40 minutes, so I'm down to my last nine. So
Yeah.
with this time we have left, I want you to tell the folks where they can find you socially, musically, all the rest of that happy horse shit, as they
It's
say.
pretty much anything James Leclaire you type in. Luckily, that's not a taken name. So I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook. I occasionally post on TikTok, but
Yeah,
uh,
that's not a love-hate relationship, eh?
yeah, I barely ever post on Twitter or X now.
No, I don't use that at all.
Yeah, but all my music's on all the streaming platforms, so Apple and Spotify and Deezer and Amazon and
Yep,
but you can also find it for free on Bandcamp. But there's also my website, jamesleclaire.com, where you can order vinyl and CD,
yep,
t-shirts,
yep,
and that kind of thing. So
yep.
easy to find these days. Easy to find.
Yeah, that's good. Well, James, I have learned something from the Folk Canada Conference to never judge a book by its cover. Every one of you guys are onions with some incredible layers.
Yeah, and we stink.
Yeah, I love onions. I love onions. And I mean that in the most sincerest way possible is that you don't know, like, you, an animator and a business owner, and like, wow, and Mickey Raphael playing on you. And, that was like when Chairman George from Folk Canada, remember Chairman George?
Yeah.
The man's a doctorate in mathematics.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's like, wow.
That's the whole thing about, doing something to pay for the your passion, right? So
Yeah, yeah. And yeah, don't we have many layers, folks, many layers. James, thank you so much for coming on the program and sharing your story. I hope folks find it interesting and other folks find it even helpful.
awesome. Thanks for having me, Brian. I really appreciate it.
You're very welcome. Thank you.